A lot of people actually leaving the UK.
If we pay our taxes, they should come back to benefit us in some way, shape or form.
I will never own another house in my life.
So the AC unit turned on, blows up.
The UK might be losing its competitive edge.
I'm regretting buying a house.
Can it get worse?
Ever since the UK cost of living crisis, people haven't been so secure in their living situation.
I am regretting buying a house. My fiance and I have not even lived in it for a year, and we had to buy an AC unit already, which is thousands and thousands of dollars. Obviously necessary and worth it, but very unfortunate. We're also trying to plan a wedding, so that was not ideal for the budget. And then we had add gutters. And then on top of that, we now probably have to replace our water heater. Just can't catch a break. And before anyone comes at me, we did have an inspection. None of it was flagged. So it's been a rough day. It's been a rough couple of months.
Transparency post. I regret buying a house. I regret it a lot. If I could go back to January 2022, I would tell that girl, do not. Just find another apartment to move into, because doing all this shit that I have to do for this house and all the unexpected costs, high dollar unexpected costs that I keep running into, to be handling it by myself, is ass. So to all you young women who want to go out and buy a home, I encourage you to really, really think about it. Talk to some people and really see the ins and outs. I mean, it always sounds good. Oh yeah, your mortgage is only going to be $1,000 until they reevaluate your property taxes. And that bitch goes up $200. You know? Trash. 85 degrees, your AC is going to go out. You don't want to know how much that costs. It's trash.
I think this might actually be kind of a hot take, but buying a house was one of the worst things I've ever done. Obviously, everyone wants different things. Every market is different. Everyone's personal financial situation is different. Blah, 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 blah. Basically, we live just outside of Austin, and we bought a house, and houses here are just very expensive. So like, we couldn't really get a cheap house. So our house is a little pricey. And we bought about 2 years ago, and we did a new build, so we didn't have to put a lot of money down, which was great. But anyway, when we signed the contract to buy the house, it was still being built. By the time we closed, interest rates had gone up by almost a full percentage point. And we also locked in when house prices were the highest. So basically we bought it the worst time possible in, the past few years. But then 2 months of living in that house, I realized that I did not want to live there. It's way too far from all of our favorite stuff. It's way too expensive. It's too much space, honestly. I don't like having to care for that much space. And I don't like feeling locked down. I don't like feeling like we can't just pick up and move when our lease is up or something. It took my husband longer to realize he felt the same way, but he also feels the same way. We decided that we would try to sell our house because we were we're just not happy here. This wasn't the best decision for us. Let's just go. And we listed it a year and a half, tried to list it at a price where we would at least break even. And obviously we haven't sold yet. It's been a year and a half. At this point, we are taking a huge loss on the house and taking out a personal loan to cover it, which I know sounds crazy, but our rent will be so drastically cheaper that even with a personal loan payment each month, we are each still saving $1,000 a month once we move to an apartment. I don't necessarily regret buying the house because I'm the kind of person that has to do something in order to realize whether I like it or not. And so I had it in my mind that buying a house was the goal. Everyone wants a house. It's the best decision you can make. It's a great financial investment, which it absolutely can be if you time the market correctly, or if you're just going to stay there for a really long time. Although I will say we've calculated, even if we stayed for 30 years, say, paid off our whole mortgage, and then wanted to sell our house and make back money on it, the amount of money we would have paid in interest and everything, all said and done, our house would at that point have cost us like, I think almost $2 million or something, or like $1.7 million. And I kind of doubt that even in 30 years, we could sell for 2 mil or something and make, you know, a few $100,000 off of it. Like, I just don't think it's ever going to be an investment that like pays off for us. I don't like totally regret doing it because I think I had to do it in order to realize it's not what I want. But if I could go back, obviously I would not buy the house. I would just stay renting in Austin. We would have saved so much money. But I think I would have always longed for a house, and I think I would have hated renting because I thought I wanted a house. So anyway, as my uncle put it, education is expensive. And that made me feel like the tiniest bit better about it. But anyway, I'm very excited to go back to renting. I don't think I will ever buy a house again unless I can pay for it basically in cash. Or we are just like, you know, set for life, kind of rich, don't ever have to worry about a mortgage. We can pay people to take care of the landscaping, all that stuff. Because living here in Austin, apartments are really, really nice. And compared to other major cities, they're very cheap for what they are. You get a lot of amenities. Like if you get a good management, you know, company, like they're great about taking care of stuff. There's always like a resort style pool, a great gym, like it's a good setup. So in order for us to have that at home, especially with a pool, it would just be very expensive. So anyway, all in all, I don't recommend buying a house unless, you know, you're like wanting to stay there for a long time and you're really sure about that. I just think it's not the right move for a lot of people. And it's like such a narrative that it's the best thing that you can do. And it's the American dream and it's the goal. And like, it's just not for everyone.
After being a homeowner for 3 years now, I can confidently tell you that being a homeowner is a scam, and home ownership is a pyramid scheme. Because once you're in the house, you don't stop buying shit. You have to fix the floor, you have to fix the bathroom, you have to fix the yard. Landscaping? Fuck landscaping. Landscaping is so much money. But then your fridge breaks, and then your water heater breaks, and then your toilet is clogged. And God forbid you live in an HOA. Like, So now I'm in a position where I would actually like to move out of my house. And I don't think I can actually rent it for what I'm paying for it. And now I know that like I am the homeowner, I'm building equity, blah, 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 blah. But I'm only ever spending money on this house. And I'm actually so house poor that I...
According to the Office for National Statistics, for you to get a home in a flat like that, you'd need to have 8.6 years of disposable income, or around £35,000 just to put down a deposit. Now, one of the reasons that's being blamed for the unaffordability of housing, which has halved since the 1990s, is the fact that you have just 3 major house building companies who make about 32% in terms of profit every single year. That's supernormal profits. And they paid out £16 billion in dividends in the past 16 years. We're talking about Persimmon Housing. We're talking about Taylor Wimpey. We're talking about Barrett Housing as well. These are companies that dominate, 3 companies that dominate the housing sector that the Competition and Markets Authority has criticized for monopolistic practices. For example, sharing price information, from squeezing out smaller competitors, and also pushing for the kinds of laws that mean that other smaller companies can't build housing for many people. But what do you think? And if you'd like to learn more, then see the caption down below.
The UK housing market is well and truly cooked. If you haven't bought a house already in the UK and you're thinking about buying a house, if I were you, my best advice would be to pause, relax for a second. Don't get ahead of yourself, because it has been confirmed. We've been knowing this for a while now, but it's been confirmed. UK housing is the worst value for money of any advanced economy currently in the world. All you have to do to see the facts of this is go onto Zoopla, go onto Rightmove, look at any property. Like, obviously, don't get me wrong, there's some areas of the UK whereby house prices are somewhat respectable. But even outside of London, 2-bedroom flats are costing you upwards of £250,000, £300,000 at a go. What is wrong with your... I don't understand the UK. They make me at a loss for words, because this is not the life that we should be living. Now, when you're talking about value for money when it comes to buying a property, you're talking about how much space are you getting for the amount of money that you're paying. And clearly, we can see that England and Greater London is a shambles when it comes to the amount of space that you're given for the amount of money that you have to pay. It's crazy. Tokyo is famously overpopulated, and they're saying that there's so many young professionals there, so many families that are living there, that they're living in such cramped conditions. London is on a level footing. The only place that is, well, from this list anyway, that we can see that's worse is Paris. And yeah, there's not too much that can be said about them, man, there. These are the living conditions, or at least some of the living conditions in Tokyo that people are residing in, people are living in. London is on a par with this. So if you're there steadfastly saving your money and you're going to buy somewhere in the United Kingdom, I would hold off for a minute. I wouldn't buy anything just now. I would hold on for a minute and wait and see in which way that the market's going to change and housing's going to change after the general election, because something's got to give. Because I can put my last penny on the fact that if this place was for rent in London, they'd be charging you at least £1,000 a month.
If you've got a generation of people that are renting now, and then these people are going to need